How are you doing?
Good.
Okay, so maybe you want to start, or I don't know.
You know me. I'm like concentrating. So happy to have Peter here, and Ben, and Bob Nolan, and that's Ben over there, and Bob Nolan in the back. He's our DSM, and of course Ben's always here as Peter's bodyguard and driver, because he had the crab bomb last night, so that was pretty good. But we thank you, Peter, for coming all this way.
Pleasure, man. Thank you.
And it's always great seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Now, we also have my wife Kathy down there, which you guys already met, and somewhere around is John, so we'll figure it out.
Okay, well, I heard from some of you that you are watching my videos, but I want to introduce myself maybe a little bit more. I am Peter Baartmanns, and I started to work for Yamaha in 1981. I started to make music very young. I think I started to play accordion when I was around, 5 or 6 years, 6 years old. So, and my dad, he brought us an old accordion from a, how you call it, a fancy fair or something. He just got it, and he was away from home the whole week. He went to work on Monday and came back on Friday. So on Friday he brought me this small accordion, and he left on Monday. But when he came back next Friday, I could play 3 songs, but also with the basses, so for the harmonies and everything. And he said, well, that's nice, but I want you to take lessons because it's very important. And so I really am thankful for that. And we went to the first teacher, but everybody just uses the instrument in a separate way. There are also people who just go out for weddings and use it as their main instrument. They sing along. For them, the microphone is very important. For them, the vocal harmony is very important. It's very important for them that they can change very, very quickly from one song to the other one. I really appreciate what Mike is doing for you guys, because 2 days, because I'm very expensive, of course. So he did it. Thank you, guys.
You're worth it.
But I mean, he did it, and we said, okay, we are going to support you, and I'm sure we will have a few great days together. I'm very, how to say, open. If you want, you can ask me anything you want. As long as it's about Tyros and CVP. That's it. Yeah. I don't smoke. I drink a lot. No. So now you know everything about me, somehow. Okay. So this is the start of my tour in the US. We will end up in Houston on the 7th of February. That will be the last one. Okay, so talking about Tyros, I think here, this main display, it says it all. I mean, that's very simple. Now you can see which sounds you have at the right side, at the right part. So we've got 3 sounds for the right hand. We've got the left voice, which you can have. Then you can see which style, which is selected. You can see which song. You can see which chord is played. That's just the main screen. And basically, this says it all. The hardest thing for most of the people in the world is listening. Listening, really listening to somebody, to a speech, or to an inauguration, or whatever. So listening is very, very important. So I really mean it, that when I get, like the Tyros 5, when it came out, I really listened. I first listened to what's happening. Of course you can say, okay, I want to play a beguine, right? And of course you will select the beguine, because if you play keyboard and you play with styles, I want to play a beguine, you will select the beguine. But what we mostly do is we start immediately playing, That's nice and it's easy. But why not take the time and just listen to the style first, what's happening. We've got the intros, you can listen to the intros, you can listen to the endings, because then that's important to listen to things, right? And the first example I'm going to give is very, very simple. I'm going to select a style, and we've got many styles, you know. I think it's 500.
Oh.
50 or so, 540? 550. 550 styles in the Tyros 5, so that's a lot of styles. And if I go here, for example, to movie and show, and I select here movie soundtrack, okay, so that's the style. Now if I start listening, just listening at the A version, right, it plays this. Eh? If I won't switch it up, it will continue until forever, right? That's the first variation, right? Now, the second one plays this. It's a little bit more tension, right? The third one, C, plays this. Has more power. This is mostly with most of the styles. A to D is mostly increasement I call it?
Yeah.
Of the power. Right? So you can say generally A is the most simple thing, B is a little bit more complicated, C a little bit more. Somehow, it's not always guaranteed, but this is the main thing. Okay, now, if you listen to this, could you think of a song which would go with this style?
I'm thinking of the NFL football thing.
Yes, football thing, that could be.
You know, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm
Yeah.
picturing it.
But also, if you play major, it could be we wish you a Merry Christmas. Why not? Right? Could be.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, it fits.
Yeah.
That's nice. So, but these are the main things. Now we listen to the intros, right? Because we've got 3 intros. And now I start with number 3. Now listen to this. This is very, very famous intro. It's from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Yeah. So this is so. Just by listening to the intro, I think, hey, this sounds very good for Pirates of the Caribbean. Meaning, I could play this song very well with this style.
Yeah.
In fact, to be honest to you, we designed this style to play that. And why is this? And now a very important point comes. When I started in 1981, a keyboard had 8 styles. 8.
Oh, my.
It was swing, rock, disco, Latin, waltz, march, and 2 others. Which meant that whichever waltz you wanted to play, you could only select one style, the waltz. But there are so many different waltzes. There's the English waltz, there's the Vienna waltz. Yeah? So, if you wanted to play a bossa nova, or a samba, or a rumba, or a bolero, you only had one Latin style. Right? So, can you imagine? So it was not possible to play. So now we are at the opposite thing. Now we have so many styles that some of the styles really push you in some direction. which does not mean that you have to play just one song with this. I mean, this one is tailored for Pirates of the Caribbean. For that song. But if you want, and that's what I showed you in the beginning, you can also play. See what I mean? So some styles are somehow tailored for a certain song, but you can, even though, play many other songs with it. Don't worry. So this is just the first example of a style. And of course the intros and the endings, they are mostly deciding, pushing you in some kind of direction. Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
Are all these styles copyrighted by Yamaha,
No.
where you can use them in any
There's no
medium
copyright
you
on
want?
styles. There is no copyright on styles. So if you would make a hit using a style from the Yamaha keyboard, it's no problem.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
There is so many of those that suggest something. Is there a list where they evolve from? Like, for instance, this.
There is no list. It's just by listening.
Okay.
That's why I started. It's so important to listen to many of the things. And the second thing important to listen is the following. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
And if I'm going too fast, just tell me.
We're with you.
Okay. Now, if we look at the style, so if I select the mixing console, right, and I select it for the style, right, I can see that the style has 8 tracks. You see? 2 rhythms, 1 bass, 2 chords, a pad, which can be strings or a kind of layering sound, and you've got 2 phrases. Phrases is somehow, it plays a phrase for that style. So every style is 8 tracks, okay? Now there is a rule with Yamaha in the company, and that's a very important rule, but I think you should know it. If you select a new style, all the parts will be on, right? So everything will play. All 8 parts will play. Meaning, for example, if I say, okay, I've got this style here, right? All the parts are on. Now I am a user. I say, but I don't want this part on, I don't want this part on, I just want these 4 parts on. Okay, you can do that. That's clear. Now I select a new style. For example, I select country, new bluegrass, and look, everything is on again. So the rule is, as soon as you select a new style, all parts are on, which is good. First of all, it is good because if it would not happen, let's say you would have a style, you would only have the drums and the bass. Then you do the next style, and you will only hear drums and bass. And so if the instrument is in a shop, and somebody wants to check the Tyros, he thinks, oh, these styles are not so good, it's only drums and bass, because they don't know how it works. Of course, you can argue this policy that we have, but this is just the way it is. So if you select a new style, if I select a new style, all parts will switch on. Okay? Now, 8 tracks. On the other hand, there is a lot of music, and I'm talking now, for example, let's go Latin. Right? And let's take, I love bossa nova so much, right? You know, all these great songs, Frank Sinatra, everything. So let's go to Latin part.
Hey Peter, can I interrupt for 1 second?
No, yes.
Somebody asked yesterday, and
Sorry.
because we covered some things, and I told them I wasn't going to get deeper in it because I wanted you to be the guy. So somebody yesterday asked me if you could adjust the volumes on each one of those instruments, right? And I said, well, we're going to wait for Peter. Well, there it was on the screen by hitting the mixing console.
Yeah, that's the mixing console. Yeah, but we will come to that now. Now, cool bossa. Cool bossa, that's a very simple bossa nova, okay? Or, let's just take the bossa Brazil, which is very Brazilian. Okay, let me take the bossa Brazil. Okay, now, all parts are on, of course, because I just selected the new style. Now, I play a chord and listen to this. What's happening if I play just a chord here? All right. That's a nice bossa nova. Very simple. But I hear drums, I hear the acoustic bass, I hear the piano, I hear the guitar, I hear sometimes the vibraphone playing a little phrase, and I hear the strings. Honestly speaking, I have seen many videos and television things of Sinatra, and he was just accompanied by drums, bass, and guitar. But the policy of Yamaha is everything is on if I select a new style. And that's why you can switch it off. So if I want to really select very authentic, let's say, combo for my song, okay, I want to have the drums, I want to have the bass, and I want to have the guitar. I don't want the piano, I don't want the strings, I don't want the vibraphone, and I don't want the vocal phrases. So what I do is, I just switch these up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, what are you pushing?
It's just the lower, it's
The down button.
the down button, the 4 down buttons.
Okay, so are you saying down 4, down 3, down 2, down 1?
Yeah, down 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
Because 1 and 2, 3, and 4, they stay on.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. So, if we listen to the bossa nova now, we've got this. Wow! Because this is just the bass. It's nice. We've got a little bit too much here. Okay. Okay, that's it. Yeah? Okay, please.
I might be getting ahead, but how would you save that new
Okay,
configuration?
of course, yeah. So, and that is my next thing. This is the most important thing, and the most what makes Tyros Tyros, and what makes CVP, and what makes Yamaha. You can store all your settings in your 8 registration of memories. Huh? So if I want to save this simple setting, I just say memory, it's the memory button, right? And I say,
Hold on, Peter, because
Yeah.
I've got some stuff turned off there.
yeah, okay, but
Okay.
that's good, that's good that you did it. And then I just press one of the 8 buttons. Now, the moment I press memory, it says, oh, wait. It's basically Mike telling now, oh wait Peter, I put some stuff on and off here. Because here you can select what will be memorized. The song, style, audio, the tempo, the text, the transpose, the scale, the vocal harmony, all these things. Now, this is very good that this happened. Because if I would save now this register, if I would now press number 1 or number 2 or number 3, I would only save the voice, the multiband, the pedal setting, the sliders, blah blah. I would not save the style, I would not save the song, not the tempo. I work for Yamaha since a long time. My advice is just mark everything. Then you're always sure everything is there. Of course, you do it in a different way, I know. Because
No, we're gonna, like this afternoon, we got something.
Yeah.
How many banks can you store in the registration?
store,
In
banks,
the registration, yeah. The 8 registration, how many banks of 8?
endless,
Endless? Okay.
endless.
Because the way we're gonna do this afternoon, 'cause,
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna have lunch.
I know
in a
what you
little
mean.
bit. What I've suggested they start doing is we'll do the first 8 with just the favorite sounds because we have a lot
Okay.
going on there. Then we can go back and use the rest of the banks
Okay.
to save your total registration.
Yes.
Because Music Finder doesn't store
No,
everything.
that's true.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, please,
Thank
please.
you.
There is a sound volume attached to each instrument.
Yeah,
You can,
Change
can you change that and how would you do that?
yeah. Okay, but let me first now
Okay.
I want to save everything which is now in this instrument, right? So I'm going to mark everything. So I want to have, where are we? Okay, I want to save the song, which is basically useless because I don't play, but okay, but you can. I want to save the style, that's very important with this one. Audio, harmony, tempo, text. I just mark everything. Meaning that every possible thing is saved under one button now, which will be number 1. Okay? I did not select a right-hand voice because they are still on horns, which is not so good for the bossa nova. So let me just say, okay, we take a beautiful acoustic guitar. I like the concert guitar. Okay, only the concert guitar. Now let's go to the volumes, as you said. So the style is on 104. Normally all the volumes are on 100. This is what we call the default setting. Right? So everything is on 100. If you buy your Tyros, if it comes out of the box, all the volumes are on 100. If you want the guitar to be more loud, right? You just go to the right voice, because I have the guitar, as you can see, on right 1. So I put the guitar just on 120, for example, or 115. Yes. So, again, now it's good. So again, I changed something, because I changed the volume from 100 to 115. I have to save it again, because otherwise it will return to 100 when I select it the next time. Okay, so, memory, everything is marked. Registration 1.
Does that stay for all every other song that you play now? Or does the volume? Does
Yeah, the volume stays for this registration.
That's it.
Yes.
And
For
the
this,
rest will be 100.
Everything stays. Everything.
everything stays. Yeah.
But
So,
if you start something new, that's not part of new.
now, if I want to play another song, I have to make another registration, which will be number 2 or number 3. So basically, at least you make one registration for one song you play. At least one. But you can also make 8 registrations for one song. Where you, for example, say in the second verse, I want a trumpet solo, which is number 2. But we come back to that. But at least you make a registration for one song. Of course, but this is all, it can be in different ways.
What button do you use to save it? What do you use, what button did you just hit?
Just memory. So memory, this is the memory button here.
Right, okay,
And then you select one of the 8
okay.
registrations. Of course you can do endless registrations. How you more than 8 we will discuss later. Because 8 is what we call one bank of registrations. And the number of banks is basically unlimited. Because, yeah, you can say it's unlimited. Because
Right.
you can. Thousands. So you can easily store things. On the other hand, Yamaha, for every style, we already made 4 registrations for you. And we call these one-touch settings. Heard of that?
Yes.
So a one-touch setting is technically exactly the same as a registration that you make yourself. Yamaha just made already 4 for you. And maybe if you like number 1 of the Bossa Nova, let me just check it. Here, this is number 1, the one-touch setting of the Bossa Nova. You see? It also uses the guitar. So I can also play it with this. Number 2, saxophone. Of course, Yamaha puts the right volume here on 100. And in number 1 with the guitar, also they put the right volume on 100. I put the right volume on 115.
Yeah.
So, but good to know is that a one-touch setting, so the content of a one-touch setting is exactly the same as the content of a registration, of one registration. Got it?
Yeah.
Also meaning, and this is my advice, but it is possible to change the one-touch settings. You can also memorize the one. I say, why should you do it? Because you have an unlimited number of registrations at your. So why should you change a one-touch setting?
Make it your own.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it, but then you have to save it as a new style. You can do it, but of course you can do it, but it's not absolutely necessary. What I want you to remember is that a registration that you make is exactly technically the same as a one-touch setting.
Okay.
This goes for the Tyros. Of course, it goes also for the CVP, because the CVP has also one-touch settings and registrations.
When does the left voice come into play? And of course you can change it, but I've tried that, but sometimes I can't even hear the change. And do you ever touch the left voice?
Most of the one-touch settings are without a left voice.
Right.
This is also a kind of policy. Right? So, a left voice is, let's say, you will not find them in the one-touch settings.
Well, other than the one-touch settings.
When to use a left voice, for example. Of course, the answer is whenever you want. That's the answer, because maybe you want it.
Well, we had something we discussed yesterday just on this point.
Okay.
Okay?
I wasn't there,
A
so
lot of
please.
people had organs before.
Yeah.
And you had to put on a lot of sounds all at one time to get the thing to sound great, right? Now, if you put too much on, you're just hiding everything that the artists have done to make you sound incredible. So you don't want, to cover up And that's what Peter
Yeah,
was
yeah.
talking about earlier with listening to the variations. Because Pete, we discuss that every week, right? Listen to each variation. Let's hear what's going on in the background. You just don't want to overkill it anymore. We have to stop thinking like that and say, hey, guess what? I can put one sound in my right hand or maybe layer. I don't need any more. I've got a professional orchestra playing behind me.
Yeah.
It buries some of the
Yeah.
stuff when you put too much on
The only thing, when I do it, just for your information,
when we're playing organ.
when I play organ,
Yeah.
because then I play an organ sound on the left part as well. And also when I play piano, because if I play the piano and I hit the notes and I hear nothing, that's very strange. Huh?
Yes.
Got it? Right? So I can give you an example of one of my registrations, right? We can go there. So here, organ PB, this is my, by the way, that's the bank name, you know? Here it also says registration, okay? Registration.
Yes.
Only this is not one registration, this is what we call the bank of registrations. So in this one, we will find 8 registrations, maximum. Got it? So if I press that one, okay. Wait, where we are. So I have the registrations here. And now I go to edit. And you can see I have 8 registrations in this one.
Yes. Okay.
Me, myself, Peter, always name everything. I always
Yes.
give everything a name. Because I have so many registrations stored, if I don't give them a name, I don't know what it is. So, the bank name is organ. So I know this one I use if I want to show you some organ sounds. That's why. PB, that's me. Peter Baartmanns. That's why it's PB. He would probably have M.
MM.
M and N. Right. Okay. Now, if I want to see what is in every single registration of that bank, I just press edit. Edit is number 7 down, Aaron. Edit. And then I can see, okay, 1 is called Try Out. 2 is called the Vilja song. Maybe you know it? Yeah. 3 is from My Fair Lady. 4 I play Sound of Music. 5 is T for 2. 6 is Wahnsinn, it's German Crazy. 7 is my home organ where I play the rumba. And 8 I play the B3 sound, which I love. Why did you sell your B3? You said you will keep it for me.
It was a church, I had to. It was
Okay.
going to a great home.
Okay, that's fine. Now, look at my registration of the organ. So I've got the organ. On the left voice, I also have the rotary organ. So if I play the organ, let me switch it off. I just have the accompaniment here. Yeah. If I switch the voice on, I can hear my left hand also playing the organ. Without? nicest thing is playing, you know. But yeah,
What do we push to make our fingers go?
okay. So you could clearly hear that in this case, and I totally agree with Mike, on piano and organ, a left voice makes sense.
And all you had to do was hit left.
On and off. By the way, you will get all my registrations, so you can have a look at them at home. Easy, we have time. Okay, sorry.
In this context, can you, using the OTS, can you have the left voice, you know, like having the organ, I use that a lot,
Yeah,
and then you want to look and see what's behind the OTS. You select a new registration, new style, and then you always lose the left
yeah,
installation.
because that's also a
It's just
policy.
a rule. It's a
Yeah, policy. Yeah.
Yeah, it bothers me, I
Okay.
always lose the left hand.
Yeah, but what? So you store it in the registration for yourself.
And you don't lose anything.
Question.
Wait, but that's the thing. So we give you 4 examples. If you like them, great.
Yeah.
But of course, so why not? It's very simple. In your case, I would just copy OTS1 in registration 1. Just select
Yeah.
OTS1, memory, registration 1, and you copy 2, 3, and 4. Then I would switch the left voice on and memory 1, switch the left voice on into memory 2, and you're set.
Yeah, okay.
And keep in mind, in this, we'll have lunch in a few minutes.
Oh,
The
very
afternoon is going
important.
to be for lots of
Yeah, yeah,
questions
I like
with
that.
Peter, some
Yeah, so
one-on-one
that's-
stuff
The
and
same
whatnot.
bothers me concerning the beat. You want to keep the beat, but you want to look at different style, but you pick up a different style and the beat goes. But I think it was in Tyros 1 you could push the
Hold.
hold.
Yeah, we have here as well. So if we go there, even kijken, where is left hold? Direct access, freeze maybe?
Yeah, freeze.
Yes,
Yeah.
so direct access freeze. No, it's left hold. Where's left hold? Come on, I never use that.
No, I don't either.
No, left hold is.
No, it's not left hold, no? It's
No.
just,
Bjorn, you just want to keep the organ there, right in the left.
Yeah.
Why can't you just store it right in the registration
Well, I
memory?
can. Yes.
That's the easy way. When they redesign these keyboards, they try and think about how do we make it
right,
easier.
that's it.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to just, say, oops, that's the old way of doing it, I gotta,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, adjust to the technology.
they try and make it less confusing is what they try and do.
Right, that's fine. That's exactly why it is. So I think that, again, the best solution is just copy them and make it your own thing in the registration.
Yes.
That's why the registrations are so great, because you can make it your own titles. And what you play and what you want.
And
And
I
it's-
love editing the one-touch settings.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
of
great.
course. Yeah, of course you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you store them as a new style. Okay. And then so, again, this is a very good example. If you just want to use the one-touch settings, for example, make them your own. You just have to save them as a style, because the one-touch setting data is part of the style data. If you buy a new style on the internet, you get 4 OTS with it. Meaning that OTS, the data itself, the content, is part of the style, because it belongs together. So that's why you have to save it as a new style.
If you change the style the way you want,
Yeah.
I understand you can save it in the registration. I do that.
If you change the style, the volumes and everything, you can do it in a registration.
That's
Yes,
right, that's
exactly,
right, right.
of course.
Right. How do you save it as a new style?
Oh, that's very simple.
Okay.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have lunch.
Yeah, we will do
And-
that later, yeah. But first, yes.
When you're playing a voice on your left hand, left of the split point, how does the keyboard distinguish between you're playing the voice and you're playing a chord?
Of course, because if I only play, for example, one note, one F, the style will also only play one F.
The walk and bass.
Yes, so you can do. style, I use the AI fingered, so the normal fingered mode, and then if you play one note, it won't play a chord, it will only play, you can even see it. You can see it happen. Here's the chord. Single note. And it says 1 plus 8 because it plays the basic note, the 1, plus the octave, which is the 8th note. That's why 1 plus 8. Of course, because it always also plays the octave. If I play only the fifths, 1 and 5th, it plays 1 and 5. Because it's the 1 and the 5th. So the first and the 5th. So what the 8, if you see the 8, it's the octave.
Yeah.
If you see the 9, it's the 9 in the chord, the none. The 11 is the 11th, the 13 is the 13th. Well, that's harmony, that's another thing. Okay, so 1 and 8 is just, basically you hear one note because it's just the octave. Yeah? Okay.
Guys ready for lunch?
Yeah, maybe I play just one more
Yeah,
thing.
go. You like it.
So, yes, I want to share some of with you.
Food for the soul.
Ah, my stick is not in here. I already thought what's going on. So, I of course, the nice thing for me is that it is possible to put everything on a USB drive or on a hard drive. Because I travel the world, I don't have to bring my own Tyros, just bring my USB device. I always also have everything in the cloud. So if I would lose this, I just go to the computer. It's Yamaha's Music Soft data. What's called the name of the app?
Music Soft.
Music Soft.
Yeah,
No.
Music Soft Manager.
Music Soft Manager. So if I lose everything tomorrow, I just go to the internet and I can download it again. That's amazing.
Amazing.
But okay, this has nothing to do with the instrument. That's just technology from nowadays, which is great because I always lose things.
I do have one question.
Okay, please.
When you were playing that style,
Yeah.
it looks to me like when it was playing the drums,
Yes.
when you were playing it the first time, were you doing the whole thing? Was you hitting certain buttons
Yes.
to bring those symbols you were going
Yeah,
with?
that was
Are
the
those
multipad.
buttons on your left? That's what I thought.
That's the multipad.
There's 4 of them, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's very typical for this. You know, the organist plays like a.
Awesome. It just brings
Because
it to
if
life.
the drummer, they know each other very well, which takes years and years and years and years. But okay, they do the accents together. Very, very crazy.
It makes it real.
Very, very
It's so
crazy.
real.
So you're actually hitting the multi-bid
Of course.
button. I can't see it.
Together
that's
with,
fine.
together with the key.
Yeah.
Tonight, the camera will be on the keyboard on the TV.
So I really do
So
this.
you will see his handwork and what he
If
says.
I don't do it together, it's real. But now. Okay, but it's crazy. But you can do it. You have to practice. That's it.
You have to practice to raise this.
And the nice thing is, because this is an audio style. You know what an audio style is? It's exclusively for Tyros 5. It means that the drums is not programmed. It's really played, right? So this is an audio style. You can see it here, which means that the drums here is really played by a drummer. But, and this is also listening again, the intro of the number, so intro 1 is always 1 bar. Intro 2 is 2 to 4 bars. And intro 3 is 2 to 8 bars, sometimes even longer. So 1 is the shortest intro, it's always 1 bar. Intro 2 is a little bit longer, very simple. And intro 3 is the longest. Same for the endings. Ending 1 is 1 bar, ending 2 is a little bit longer, ending 3 is longer again. Now, if you listen to the intro of 3, right, it plays the drums like this. It's real. And then, that's the style. Huh? Now, you can use intros in the middle of a piece you can start with endings. So it's not like intro is only intro. No, you can also use it in the middle. So if I want a drum solo, I'm playing like. You can do it all. It's just amazing. Okay. So one more thing, and then we have a nice. Oh, this is a nice song to go to lunch. This is also a pop cha-cha. And when I heard this song, or this style, I thought this is very much like Michael Bublé's Sway. And it's really as if that's also, I think it's made for that one, I'm not sure, but I mean, and then with the brass and everything, so let's just do that. Okay, there we go. Sound. It's made for it. I think it's made for it. It's made for it. It's amazing. And the brass.